Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. This is the daily forecast for the collective. It's for all signs. It is for you when you see it, more so than when it was originally created for, but it is created for Friday, April 2nd. So we are working with new decks. We have the SEERS Tarot and the Lightworkers Oracle. Please read the video description in the on the YouTube video. Just pull the arrow down and read that video description. It shows you how you can support the channel and also things you need to know about when using my readings. If you like the reading, please hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button and join us here every morning. There's also lives and things like that. So if you want to be notified when I go live, you can be by hitting the notification bell. And I think that's it. This is a timeless reading, so it's intended for you whenever you see it. But those of you, I will be referencing, for those of you that watch regularly with me, I will be referencing previous cards from earlier in this week that play off of these cards. So let's see what's going on here for the second. Now we should be shifting into, I believe, that Two of Pentacles energy. Let me just double check that and make sure that's correct. We had a lot of Earth energy at the beginning of the week. It is the Two of Pentacles. So since we're hitting towards the end of the week, we should be seeing that Two of Pentacles energy. We've been seeing this lady a lot. This is Justice, which to me, she also indicates a little bit of that balance that we see. She is associated with the sign of Libra. She is Major Arcana. We see the Two Cups there, right? Which also reminds me of the Two Pentacles. She is the Scales. She has her light side and then also this darker natured side. But the beautiful thing about Justice to me, especially with this art in this card, is she accepts herself, both light and dark, shadow and light, right? Who she is. She knows her truth. She knows her, she doesn't need validation from others, right? For some of you that might feel like you need some sort of truth or some sort of validation, to be seen in some way, shape, or form, that could happen for you today. It could feel extremely liberating and powerful. For some of you, this just might be you standing in your own power and your own truth of who you are and what is right for you. And that is a very strong place to be. So embrace that. Justice is Major Arcana, and like I said, it is associated with that sign of Libra. We did just go through the full moon in Libra, so she's perfectly timed right now. Allow yourself to be in your truth, be honest in your dealings, be fair and equitable. And make sure that others are fair and equitable with you, right? That's sort of that dark shadow side beneath her and that sword that we see going across her. To me, she's willing to defend her space from a place of correctness, not from ego, but from being, what's right and doing the right thing. So I feel like we can feel solid in who we are today and what we know to be true. We can use and channel this energy in a very powerful and profound way to help ourselves to be seen, maybe not necessarily so much by others, but by ourselves a little bit more clearly, and to embrace that and to find that balance within that and to really own that from that place. That's the empowerment of the Justice card. For some of you that might be dealing with court things or legal battles, things like that, this card can indicate those things coming to an end, truths being told, and fair play coming about, meaning like whether that fair play is in your favor or against you, it will be justice ultimately. That's what this card would represent. So if anybody's dealing with legal matters, money matters, back and forth with individuals, and you're struggling with that, today could possibly be that day where you feel like you've either made a step forward or something has come clear to you where, fault is laid at someone's feet. Does that make sense? But ultimately, this to me feels like about being empowered, being in balance, and accepting ourselves from that state, and then moving through that day in that balance and strength. Now, let's see what the Lightworker Oracle has to say. The Heart Transmission, number 37. I love this, right? She's in full acceptance of herself and full love of herself. And part of the reason why I want to say that is because 37 boils down to numerologically a 10, which would be a 1. 3 and 7 makes 10. 10 would boil down to a 1. 1 would be focused on the self. Again, we see with Justice, there's this acceptance of the self. No need to make any excuses for who we are, both shadow and light. standing in our strength, standing in our truth. This here is this heart transmission is living in that space of knowing who we are very clearly from our heart, loving and accepting ourselves. This angel here to me feels as though she's honoring and holding herself. I love how both of these women's eyes are closed. It's as if their attention is drawn in upon themselves more so than the outside world. What the outside world has to say to us makes no difference today. There's a power here today within our own spirit, within our own heart, within our what we know to be just and true, that we can reside in, have strength in, ground in, and work from today and get quite a bit accomplished, I feel. So these two ladies feel very powerful to me today. They feel very centered. They feel very excited. And I kind of feel like we could make great strides today, both in like, say, maybe legal matters or work-related things, right? That would be justice. But the heart transmission also says to me that we could make some also emotional truths come to light, or some emotional hurdles can be crossed for us today, right? Where we can get beyond some emotional stuff that we might have been dealing with, carrying, where we free ourselves from that. Does that make sense? And we allow ourselves that opportunity to embrace ourselves at a deeper level. I am going to read just a little bit of the heart ascension because I want to, because I'm nosy. That's how I am. Your heart is capable of not only giving and receiving love, but of connecting you to a great network of beings that resonates in the highest frequencies of divine love. Through your heart, you can receive information and guidance from networks of light that fill our universe. As you learn to open your heart to receiving these transmissions, your ability to work with group consciousness in a loving way increases. You shall affect humanity in a loving way, influencing the collective, rather than allowing the lower frequencies of the collective to overwhelm you. That could also bring you into this state of feeling this justice card, feeling assured of yourself and where you're at. The invocation for the heart transmission is, I have gratitude now for the heart transmission that guides me through universal love into the group consciousness that can best serve the greatest good and my own divine destiny. I ask for protection, insight, clear knowing, and clear feeling to guide me through the many groups that I will love and work with spiritually this lifetime. May all my group involvements be constructive. May love, light, and power increase in me and upon the earth through all group work. Blessed by grace. May the unconditionally loving ones help all group endeavors attain spiritual success. Through my own free will and divine love, so be it. So I think that that's important. I also think that, the divine love that we bestow upon others can also be bestowed upon ourselves, that we see that also in this justice card, in believing in our truth, believing in who we are, in our own strength, and what we know to be true, and following that truth, the truth of our heart, and moving through the world today. Let's look at the grounding stone. This is just something we want to ground in. Reminding you that this week's grounding stone is happiness, right? That's what we're seeking underneath all of this. And the word is trust. This is just a regular river stone, so there's nothing, probably like a connection to nature, connection to the world around us. But the word is trust. I would say trust in oneself, trust in the heart, trust in our own connection to the world, trust in our connection to our own awareness of what is just, correct, right, true, honest, all of those things that maintains that balance for us. As we establish that trust and we ground in that trust and we place that trust within ourselves first and foremost, we can then bestow that trust out into the groups and the people that we interact with, interacting with them from this state of love, from this state of harmony. Regardless of maybe who they are, we can trust that we have our path, and our path might be clearer than, say, maybe others who might act in ways we don't understand, but we don't have to let their actions sort of take us off course. I hope that makes sense, because today feels very powerful to me. I'm really enjoying the blending of these cards. I hope you guys are getting this message, and I hope that you can make the most of it today. Thank you so very, very much to all of you that tune in. I really greatly appreciate all of my viewers. To the ladies that sent these decks to me, Mary and Vicky, thank you so very much. I believe everybody's going to get a great amount of growth and enjoyment from them, including myself. If you're interested in a private reading, please message me at the Facebook business page. Follow my Linktree links in the video description. You can find me on all my social medias and ways to support the channel. And again, if you like the video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow to see how these cards play out and how the energy builds. Thank you again so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful April 2nd, you guys. Enjoy this energy that's out there. Bye-bye.